Hello, everyone. Today is Sunday, September 25th, 2022 at 6:56 a.m. I was so disappointed because last night I thought it would be promising that I was going to sleep good again. But um like I had that feeling like, as if I was drug tired, and boy was I tricked. I got probably not even an hour of sleep last night. Well, this morning. Nothing last night, and maybe an hour this morning. And, it's the weekend, so it's been party nights. So I had to hold my pee in most of the night. And I think that was one of the things that kept me awake. So, because so many people around and stuff. So, I mean, like when I was new here to Pensacola, I think O'Reilly's was one of the first places, because I remember I showed y'all a few days ago that park right there with all the benches and the couple of fountains over there was where very like though after the first 2 or 3 nights I slept at Heavenly Blessings, and I told y'all about how bad they are over there. And so that's a money hungry prison scam cult, exploitative, money hungry prison scam cult. So then, you know, there was no place to lay down, so I would um, sleep sitting up on the bench, and I would get harassed on weekends by the drunk kids, And when I say drunk kids, the younger adults, like I guess legal age to drink. Some of them probably were drinking at 18. I don't know. But 21, 22, 23 years old, acting stupid and getting drunk and stuff. Them and homeless people, other homeless people. So um then like so I went to O'Reilly's one night when I was new and sleeping, at that park, and I had to sleep sitting up, and of course I hardly got really any sleep, right? So I don't remember who it was because it was over 3 years ago. So the bar manager at O'Reilly's had refused to let me use the bathroom, and even though I offered, I offered to I offered to buy a soda or some lemonade or something. Well, not really soda, but lemonade or fruit juice. And he said, "No, you have to buy something alcoholic." And then I went to another place. They said pretty much the same thing, or they wouldn't let me use the bathroom even though I was trying to buy like, I had like $2 or something. I was trying to buy something. So I don't remember how I ended up. I think I ended up having to pee on myself or something. But then, um, you know, it was, it had really bad, horrible, bad, rainy weather. And it was a homeless guy. It was a homeless man who told me to try to seek shelter somewhere, you know, away from the rain. I was new, so I didn't know. But I didn't even think to come just over at this spot and get try to be protected from the rain, but it was raining, lightning, thunder, and everything. And so all I knew was to go sit right under some shelter at the fake Everman place. And I was days of sleep deprived and was having micro sleeps. And the man was like, "Hey man, you can't sleep here. Keep it moving." And you know, later, and so I got spooked and scared, and I left off the property. And then I came back later on because it was about to rain, and I was a customer there eating every day before I figured out, you know, where everything was, and the guy, he called the police on me later on that day, and later on I wasn't even sleeping. I was just waiting around for the store to open, and I wasn't even being allowed to give any explanation. I was trying to explain that to the police, but one police officer had, the Hispanic police officer, he had my back, and the white young police officer, he was a total asshole, but they were there in less than 2 minutes. And that was when I told the man, you work for Satan. And the white asshole police officer, was like, well, if he wants to work for Satan, then that's his right. Dumbass, because you fucking work for him. So I mean, I hope all y'all eat y'all words in hell. And then even professed Christians were agreeing with, like, y'all say y'all Bible believers, y'all say y'all Christian, and y'all defend and agree with, I mean, if you want to serve Satan, then fine, but don't hurt and destroy and ruin people behind your Satan worship. Babies being fucking killed, and well, people in general being destroyed and ruined and killed behind Satan worship. So it's like, who the hell would say, well, oh, if you want to work, if they want to work for Satan, then that's their right. Um well, how the hell would you say that and then turn around and try to bully people into repenting of their sins and stuff and turning to Jesus or whatever? So I was told I was just banned for a year. I stayed away for 18 extra months on top of a year. I tried to go back, and the a few times, like, and then they were gang stalking me super heavy. And so then I tried to fill out a job application, because when I first got to Pensacola, Everman was the first place I filled out a job application trying to get a job, and they refused to hire me. But then they always wanted me to get a membership or whatever. So when I tried to go to Everman, it was March of 2021, and I was told that I was banned for the rest of my life from both locations. And Michael Kimbrough from what's that place called? The Washburn Center. Come on, man. Michael Kimbrough from the Washburn Center. He had he told me that Everman and a lot of places downtown are basically prejudiced of homeless people. That even white homeless people have been wrongfully, banned and stuff. But they had a homeless black female used to be homeless sleeping in her van, and she was always allowed and welcome, you know. But I mean, I wish I could turn back the hands of time. I mean, some people try to make, like, even like bodacious, they try to, I mean, and that's when the Hispanic cops suggested that I go, that's that delusional wannabe pimp with the white Cadillac. Um, and I bet you he don't even live in the fucking hood. So, speaking of that, the O'Reilly's perp in the Honda Element last night, he was filming me. he had his phone aimed up at me, filming me, and I couldn't even catch him until after the last minute. I had my phone was not even, I had to. It wasn't an easy reach. So, by the time he illegally drove off, it was too late. So I also had to deal with off and on noise harassment and people perps showing off and stuff like that. And then this morning, I was trying to go back to sleep after 6 o'clock in the morning, and they had that one of the police officers. He drive like a regular truck in the morning, I guess, and he honked his horn up. He usually drive by with his arm hanging out the window, but he honked his horn at me as I started to drift off back to sleep. I'm like, you motherfucker. I don't respect police officers. I don't respect them. The Fraternal Order of Police, I heard, is Masonic. And so foster care was the beginning of how I began to hate cops. So yeah, I mean, I got barely an hour of sleep, and even I was holding my pee and scared to pee, even in the dream that I had. You know, so but yeah, the Hispanic cop, he was the one who told me, why don't you go start to eat at Bodacious? I'm like, Bodacious, what's that? So they used to love me at Bodacious, and even sometimes not charge me for food, or sometimes give me free food, or give me free extra cookies or extra pastries after they closed, and they offered it to me. Sometimes they would give me like, they used to treat me real good at first. Before my eyes, I was going there almost every day because I was still new to Pensacola and didn't know my way around. And he told me to sleep by that abandoned bank. Now it's a restaurant, and he's told me don't worry about the Everman people anymore. He said they probably lost a really good customer. Now I fought that place for the reason why I can't even get like convenient smoothies and stuff like that. But their food like is crazy expensive, and that's like the Trader Joe's and Whole Foods of Pensacola. There is no Trader Joe's or Whole Foods here. The closest we got is Aldi's, and I've applied at Aldi's and they refused to hire Aldi, not Aldi's, Aldi, and they refused to hire me. They didn't even give me a call back. So, um, and I've heard stories about people experiencing workplace mobbing at places like Trader Joe's and Aldi and stuff like that. But they got like only one black person working at Everman, and everybody else is like Asian and white. But they had customers. It's like if hardly any black people shop there, and it's a few black people, but they want like the uber super rich white people to shop there at Everman. They don't want poor people. They don't want poor people money. From what Michael Kimbrell was telling me, that you know but I was too extremely hurt, 'cause I was a daily customer, and I was able to get like natural fruit and vegetable smoothies for $5. Can't even do that no more. And I'm hurt that I can't. I mean, because I like Everman's. I love their grits. I love their grits and their smoothies and their muffins and certain natural products that they have. And I also love Bodacious, their grits, their Gouda grits, and I like their grits, and like their grit bowls. And they used to sell oatmeal, but not anymore. And I used to love their biscuits, but I think they changed their biscuits, and they're not as good anymore. And I love their cinnamon rolls, salads, wraps, and I love their cookies. But and what else? They had some kind of pizza. I mean flatbreads or whatever that I used to love also. So yeah, I'm deeply hurt. You know, and then that I was saying that that perp from last Sunday got me wrong set me up and wrongfully banned from Bodacious, and have nerve to still be following me at places of business. Like, what the fuck? Like, I need a restraining order. I never really got banned from anywhere behind Alex Dupree, but he tried. He definitely was trying to deliberately, you know, he was not shy about bragging about, I'm going to get you banned from riding these buses. So that's one of the reasons I had, like, I mean, and he would, Alex was just freaking atrocious, you know, the worst of them all. Some of them, I just know that they be following me every morning. Perps be following me every morning, or making their rounds to come over near me every morning. Like that police officer who freaking had his police uniform in a regular truck. I kind of don't remember what the truck was, but it was a different truck from what he usually drive, and he honked his horn to, and he is, you know, and so and somebody commented on one of my videos yesterday saying, "Well, I heard you're a fake TI." Well, you heard the false smear campaigns about me from people who are actually fake TIs and regular perps themselves. I got video footage every day to show that I'm real. So I'm working on a blog post right now, um, you know, talking about my unhealed traumas being exploited, and basically me being forbidden and not allowed to talk about my targeting. Like, how the hell would I get exposure as a real TI if y'all profess to be targeted as well and keep trying to silence me or try to make me feel like trying to criminalize me for talking about my targeting? And you claim to be targeted yourself. So you know, it seems like certain covert narcs, it seems like they swoop into my life to act like they just want to punish all my opportunities, sabotage and punish all my opportunities, you know, like, and then you get mad and talk about, oh, I'm done being her babysitter. I'm done trying to handle her with young, small, white kid gloves. And like, y'all the ones who chose to swoop into my life and then start to be controlling and trying to dictate my life and tell me what to do. And you be like, 20 years younger than me, and young enough to be almost young enough to be my child, or young enough to be my child. So it's like, um it's like I'm devastated by the so-called TI community, but a lot of them they freaking change and flip, and you know they don't want to just like any other narc, they don't respect me not liking to be bossed around and told what to do, you know. And yesterday they had this lady who had normally been nice to me, but then yesterday she pretended to be fake nice and called me girl at least 3 times. Like, all right, girl. Like, and that's how ever since I mentioned to Trisha that I don't like people calling me girl. You know, now everybody in person, younger or older than me, they all, cause I felt like I didn't want anybody younger than me calling me girl or little girl or anything. What does that? And it's like I'm 39 years old, still being called girl and little girl, and no other 39-year-old really get treated like this. Like as if I deserve to be less human than everybody else, or I deserve more to be punished with more disrespect than everybody else. And my abusive upbringing is the reason why I am the way I am. I don't really choose to be this way. They got people who barely know me or see me for the first time and be like, "All right, girl," or "How you doing this morning, girl?" Like ever since the feud with Trisha, now the Gang Stalking Fusion Network, they must know about it, you know. So now every fucking body call, like I feel like if you call me girl, I know instead of woman or lady, if you don't call me woman or lady, then you call me girl. That's how I figure you part of the satanic network. And then people want to act like they want to give me my flowers in a perverse way. You know, and it's like people act like they don't believe the abuse that I've been through, and then they want to re-traumatize and abuse me all over again, and then try to criminalize me for discussing even the modern day abuse. And there's hardly anybody showing gang stalking footage no more. All they do is sit in their car, driving around in their Tesla all day, talking about how great God is and call themselves God's chosen elect, 144,000, and God's chosen and empowered individuals and stuff like that. Or they sit behind a desk all day or lay in bed on their phone all day, but they don't. I mean, all you do is just sit down all day and freaking talk all day. You know, they're not showing like footage of their perping. So when Wayne Daniels was alive, he tried to say, "Oh, got no real evidence, but just talk, 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 talk." But one time when I tried to put a perp on film, and he slapped the phone out of my hand and slapped me in the face in my hometown, New Orleans. You know, after I moved here to Pensacola and had to go all the way back to New Orleans just for a birth certificate, and opening doors still didn't fucking help me. And that was the man who scammed me out of a when I was trying to get a laptop with my tax refund money, and he scammed me in 2019 and sold me a freaking netbook, but I didn't even know what a netbook was. No, I'm sorry, a Chromebook. It was a Chromebook when I was trying to get a real laptop, and I didn't know what a Chromebook was, and he lied and said it really was a laptop. And so, you know, I put him on film, and he slapped the phone out of my hand. When he slapped me in the face, and when he slapped the phone, when he slapped me in the face, he slapped the phone out of my hand, and it pretty much damaged. It pretty much erased the video footage. And he was, at the same time, he was Muslim and reading the Muslim Quran, and turned around and did that to me. Wow, that's like somebody reading the Christian Bible and turn around and do that to me. Like, you scam, defraud, and lie. And they had some Google reviews about him scamming and defrauding people too. But the tourist, he really ripped off every damn body. It was, you know, on Canal Street in New Orleans, and I talked about. I mean, I told it was a tall, obese white police officer who lied and said that there was nothing he could do about it, and that it wasn't a criminal matter. And they had a whole bunch of black people, you know, defending and taking up for me, and he refused still. And then try to ask him, "Man, what the fuck is wrong with you?" You know, they defended me, and I witnessed the whole thing go down. And the police officer still didn't want to do anything. So when I told him straight to his face, I said, "You going to hell." And so then he threatened to arrest me. I'm like, "You full of shit. You full of nothing but games." So ever since then, I was afraid to you know, because I had exposed Wayne Daniels at the time when he was you know, lying to people and he lied to me and said that he did send this, when he tried to say that he was trying to give the community policing handbook for free. And so he had also had 333 in his email. And so he so he so he's like, he lied and said he did, you know, send the the community policing handbook, a copy of it, and then he tried to make it. First he lied, and then he turned around and make it like as if I'm not allowed to have the copy of the book unless I donate something first. And I said, well, excuse me, but I'm homeless too. I'm homeless and don't have really anything. I'm new to Pensacola and all that, just getting settled and everything. And so then he went AWOL on me. And so when I did videos, when I said Wayne Daniels is a fake TI scammer, the thing is, he lied to me and said he did send it and was trying to get money out of me. But then, you know, and that's how me and him got into it, and that's when people started thumbing down all my videos, because I didn't realize, because I thought that he was one of the popular fakes. And then he was calling me mentally ill, gaslighting me, trying to tell me I need to be locked up in a mental institution, I'm crazy, and this and that, and trying to call me illiterate and everything like that, when he himself couldn't spell. But I heard he died later on last year, just before me and my twin sister's birthday, 2021. But this feud happened in 2019. But I guess that was the start of me. No, because even before then, I tried to intermingle with the TI community and let people know that I'm new and show them my videos, and they all falsely accused me of being fake and didn't even give me a chance, and they blocked me. And then come to find out, they sold out and became popular and started publishing popular books, or they act like they wanted to be a rapper and got music on Spotify, and they quit talking about their targeting and took a bribe and sold out and stuff. So I was still pretty new to the TI community at all that time with all that. And when I try to, even that God is our protector lady Miss Renata, she was rude and got hateful and blocked me for no reason and stuff like that. And they had somebody named Bill Cottle, when somebody was a perp harassing him, and I defended Bill Cottle, and he blocked me for that. He blocked me for defending him against a perp harassing. And so it was just some weird stuff going on. But then 2020, I woke up to the idea that, wait a minute, nearly all these so-called TIs are fake and sold out ever since the C-19 started. I guess they felt like they were financially struggling and couldn't handle it anymore. And so they started all taking deals, and slowly but surely, and by the time, over, and other professed targets, some of the same people who were telling me, oh, the majority of the TI community, like over 90% of the TI community is fake, especially on YouTube or especially on Facebook, then they turn around and fake me out. It's like, well, am I only one of the few real TIs that's showing footage of my targeting? Because now the whole community got to change the narrative and sold out, and they'd be like, well, if you show footage of your targeting, then you make the TI community look bad, and you crazy. And so, like, almost every so-called TI is a TI perp now, and sold out and playing games. And I guess I went up against the popular fakes, and I guess that's why they all hate me now. And at least when I asked for help with the hotel room, it'd be a hotel room. Or if not just a hotel room, like yesterday, it would have been complicated. Like, as I said, I wouldn't have had any money for if I would have got another night in the hotel room for last night, I wouldn't have I would have barely had any money to get all the way back downtown, and I would have had no money for food to eat. So I'm pretty sure the person does not mind if I bought a few pairs of clothes from the thrift store, which totaled $20, and also you got me a little food and got me some trash bags and got a few other necessities. And I had hell fighting with the doggone bus drivers. So, but I didn't really do anything dishonest or anything like that. I buy the things that I need. It's not like I bought anything like a fancy $200 pair of shoes or nothing. You know, I got the things that I needed, and I'm pretty sure that they kind of wouldn't mind. But otherwise, I would have loved to have had another night in the doggone hotel. Last night I got hardly any sleep. So I'm about to turn off this video, pack up, and you're gonna see the next video is gonna be the doggone gang stalking perp walk. So well, I guess rest in peace, Wayne Daniels. I forgive you. So and I apologize, for our feuding. Even so I'm gonna go now and flip the camera over, pack up, and do the next video.